Welcome to A Roll of the Dice. My name is Rob from Rob Stewart Photography, and our project for this particular video is to use one of these Gundams. Gunplas, Japanese animated series. These are very, very popular things. This particular one is from a Netflix series of Requiem for Vengeance. Very good, and get some really nice looking pictures on those. Now, they actually build a nice figure that can look really good for photography. And we can also use that to build a diorama into that as well. In fact, we've got part of it finished already, and we'll look at how we got through that. We're going to use that figure and take photographs of it, along with some other various bits and pieces, to use for that Gundam. Now, it does take a little bit of a while to build it, so you'll see how we do that. But as we go through some of these parts, you see there's lots and lots of things that we can have some really good fun building this, making them up, and then turning this into the diorama as well. While this one is part finished, what we'll do is we'll build up another one of these, and we'll show you how you can build that, how you can build the ruin buildings in that as well. So hope you enjoy this video. Hope you enjoy me building that. I'm certainly looking forward to doing that, and we'll make a start and see how we get on. So here is our about 90% finished of our Zaku 2. We've still got a little bit of line work to do in there, but we'll finish that off very shortly. I'm sure if you look at it, you'll find other pieces that still need working on. This is the first one of these I've done. I've really enjoyed this, and I'm going to do another one very soon. But we'll get this one pretty much finished off. We're going to start weathering, start showing some wear and tear. Certainly on these parts here, you'll see some metal parts, maybe some damage on it, and also some mud, and we'll put some dust and other bits on there just to really show that it is being used rather than just as a display model, because that's what I prefer. We'll add this to a diorama. We'll put a diorama on here, show how to make that look really, really worn, so we can see the ruins of a base, and that'll set us up for doing another, shall we say, Mark II or improved version of one of these Zaku F types that we can have as well. That one will be an MS Tech one of the half gun cannon ones, and we'll really give that a good look and strip that down, and we'll show that with a full build. So here is our figure. We've set it down on to our base. The base there is pretty much this sort of thing. It's paper that's been put down, covered in white glue, watered down, let to solidify. Then we've had various bits of rubble and various bits of plaster fitted on there. We have put a bit of paint on there. We're going to overpaint that with a bit of black as well, but of course we want to get it looking fairly dramatic, so we're going to use it on there with our hot hawk on there. Now you notice at the moment what I've done with that figure, the blades so far, I've put a bit of white markings on there, and what will happen is that when we cover over that with a little bit more yellow just to make it look a bit hotter, you'll see that through there, and you'll make it look like there's power on there. So we'll look through that, and then later on we're going to of course use that side as well. So the first thing we've got to do, just put our figure off to one side, is going to be how to fix this. Well, most of this is just pieces of plaster that have been laid out in thin, and then what we're going to do with it, just to stick that down, it makes it look as though parts of the floor have come down, and we can do that in fairly random ways, but basically we can cover it full of white glue. That's the good old stuff to do it. Nice to make a bit of a splodge and give that a bit of a random look along here. And of course later on we can always add a bit more rubble, some more sand and bits and pieces in there, but what we will do with that is just to make sure this all sits as randomly as possible, and of course once it dried it will of course come out. So what we're going to do with it then is we're going to spray all of this black all the way around the side, put a sort of a black dusting over the top of this just to break down some of the colours on that, and then once we've done that of course we can fit that, and then we can look at photographing this as well and how we set up. So let's do that first. Let's get this sprayed up. We'll use one of those display airbrushes that we do, really, really useful. And of course what we can do with that is we just cover it in black and we should use one of those displays for doing that. Great things to be able to do, and really useful way of doing them. So here we are, got a nice black side to it, and you can see there's a nice dirty look on there. And also we've put smoke trails, just to note, in the top of the buildings as well. What we've got to do now is to look at and work out which side we want it, where we want the photograph to be, and then how to actually take the photograph as well. And for that, we'll use one of the spots we've used before, so the light will come into this one side, and maybe we'll put a little bit of dim lighting on that, and then we'll set it up for photographs. So we'll do that in a minute, let everything dry off, and then we'll go off and we'll set up for taking photographs. Now remember, with this, although I use photos and I've got a studio, you can do this with a camera, with a phone camera as well. And we'll take a few photographs of that just to show what we can do. But let's see how we can get on with setting up the studio and taking some photographs. So here we are, all set up and lit. I'm really pleased with it actually. I did have a bit of an accident with the right arm, so that's stuck on now, but we're not going to use that to play anymore. But I'm quite pleased with what's been done. I'm pleased with the glow of that. That's come out not too badly, and we're going to take a few shots now, and then we'll develop them, probably put something in the background. What it will do is it'll darken the background off, and then we can work on from there. So that's my first of the Mobile Suit Zaku tours. I'm going to another one I'm going to do. I'm going to add more to that scenery. I'm going to keep that size base because that seems to be about the right size. But once we've done that, then we'll be ready for another project. Going to use another one from the series Requiem for Vengeance that you'll find on Netflix. This is the main one of it. Really, really nice model. I really enjoyed doing it. Really good to finish off. And I'm sure you'll like it. And if you do like it, like and subscribe so that you can watch more of these and more of the other pictures that we're doing as well. You take care, and we'll talk again very soon.